Hello, Eight of Cups family. Welcome to Eight of Cups Tarot, and welcome to Virgo season, guys. We've got a lot going on in the skies this month. September is another intense month, although not quite as jarring and intense as August was. We are still dealing with the calamity of the things that occurred in August. You know, the Uranus station is still very prominent in our sky, as well as the second full moon in Aquarius. And when we move into Virgo season, and especially as we have Venus moving through the sign of Libra the first half of the month, our attention is really going to be turned towards our ability to have compassion. Now, looking at the current state of things in this world, and my condolences and my whole heart goes out to the troops that were sacrificed in Afghanistan, and praying that the rest of these people can get home safely. We kind of have to look at ourselves as a nation and as humanity and really lean on our ability to have compassion. Now, the tricky part of Virgo energy is to have compassion without judgment. And a lot of this month is going to be us being compelled to say, yeah, but they should have done this. Yeah, but they should have done that. And there has to reach a culmination point for us in which we can accept where we are right now and how to proceed. This is in terms of mundane astrology. This is in terms of our current conditions as a collective, and it also plays out in our personal lives as well. Virgo energy can make you feel the need to perfect everything in your life. And it's not a really healthy place to be. I'm allowed to say this because I'm a Virgo with the Virgo stellium, so I'm very familiar with where these perfectionism obsessions can lie in our lives. And quite honestly, when we spend a lot of time focusing on everything that is wrong, it's really hard to maintain that high vibrational energy that helps us to accomplish, that helps us to manifest, that helps us to bring peace into our personal lives, and therefore create peace throughout the collective. So it's a little bit of a duality. The good thing about Virgo energy is that it's always fair. And especially as we approach this new moon in Virgo and the full moon in Pisces, there's a lot of energy into our gifts as humans, into the compassion that we can have for other people, and our ability to put ourselves in other people's shoes and truly understand where they are coming from. And I think this energy will allow us to make some pretty big breakthroughs as far as dropping some of the animosity that we have and coming together for the greater good. Now, my hope in all of this, and what I truly hope we could all reach within the next couple weeks, at least the first half of this Virgo season, is the quality of time that we spend in our lives doing the things that we love with the people that we love. There's an emphasis on relationships here. There's an emphasis on the other people in our lives and the roles that they play. Now, I always look at Virgo season as so appropriate when we look at the way that we're developed, you know, the way that at least us in the Western Hemisphere, Northern Hemisphere, you know, it's back to school time. So we're getting back into our routines, and Virgo really loves a routine. We're also probably, in terms of health, we're looking at the COVID variants, and, you know, there's probably a lot more fear amping up throughout our environments again. And so the Virgo energy can talk to you about getting right as far as your nutrition and taking care of your body, exercising, taking the proper vitamins, eating the right foods, eating cleaner foods, not relying so much on fast food. The beauty of the mutability of Virgo is that we're transitioning from one season into the next. We are transitioning from the fun and wild summer into a more sober and responsible time of year. But it's also a time in which we start to prepare for some of the more traditional sides of life, right? Now the kids go back to school, we start talking about schedules and plans and fall plans and what are we going to do for the holidays. And Virgo is all about the planning. So it's a great opportunity for us to get organized in our lives. It's a great opportunity to clean out some of the old stuff in our houses, in our minds, in our bodies, and to get a little bit clearer and stronger in what we want to do next. It's a great time to set goals. And because Venus is in Libra, it's a great time to implement friendships. It's a great time to say to your friend, hey, let's start a walking routine. Let's go for a walk 3 times a week with a best friend, because not only do we need that mutual companionship, but it also kind of helps to hold us accountable. So there's strength in that this month as well. Now we've got Mars moving through Virgo. This is a lot about the military stuff that's going on. You're going to see this playing out for a few more weeks. Of course, you're going to see this playing out for the rest of the year. But things will remain kind of in a heightened state for a few more weeks as Mars makes its way through Virgo. And then finally moves into Libra, which has its own set of interesting factors. But again, leaning towards companionship, leaning towards being fair to all and being honest. So we're looking at a couple more decent months before we roll into November and December, which again really pump up the anxiety, they really pump up the intensity. So I urge all of you, if you are able to rest in September, please do so. Please honor your body, honor your minds, honor yourself. It's a great time to learn to love yourself for where you are and what you have in your life, and be grateful, because when we're on the Virgo Pisces axis, this is all about the service that we do for others, the sacrifices that we make in the name of love, and what we are able to give. And so each of our attention should be put towards that in some way, whether we are packing lunches for our children or, just really enjoying our partners and our friends and the loves in our life, and cherishing those things and being grateful for them, being grateful for our homes, organizing them, taking care of them, closing up that yard work, getting ready for the fall. It's an amazing time of year, and I do wish you guys all the very best in the month of September, and we will get started with your monthly videos. Enjoy, guys. Hello, Sag. Welcome to your cards, and welcome to your cards for September. I'm a little taken back doing these readings now. They're just so powerful. And I think September has the ability to be a really powerful month. Now, like I said in my previous video, this is a time when we're kind of resetting, because Virgo is a mutable energy, which means we are inviting change into our lives. And in a 5-year, I say it almost every single video, in a 5-year, we're inviting this change in order to achieve freedom. Freedom from whatever it is that we've been kind of lugging around for our entire existence. Like, that's how big these cycles are that are breaking. Now, August was a super intense month right up to the end, right? September is not going to be quite as jolting. But that doesn't mean it doesn't pack a punch. I mean, let's just talk about that Virgo energy for a second and how ultimately powerful it is. It doesn't make a big deal out of things. It's not dramatic. Yet it can do an incredible amount of work. It can achieve so much, and it doesn't even look like it's a lot of effort. And that's the magic of Virgo season, and that's the magic in what's happening for you. Now, I was kind of looking through your astrology first before I shuffled these cards, and I was like, 10th house, man, 10th house. And so I'm looking at these cards and I'm just kind of blown away at the way that these messages coincide with this astrology, which assures me that this is a super powerful and critical time for you, Sag. Now, I'm looking at this and I'm thinking, the first thing I'm thinking is Sag is clearly going through some sort of a process. Now, in addition to the Wheel of Fortune that came out in your environment, which indicates to me that the universe is changing your environment. Now, this card doesn't, this isn't fast moving energy. It's, you are at the mercy of the changes regardless of however long they take. But you have to rely on the fact that things are changing. And along with this card, the Death and Rebirth card came out as well, which is an indication to me that we're closing out an old way of being and stepping into an entirely new way of being, which is also indicated here in the Moon Maiden. Now, I just want to point out about this card. Look, we have the Moon Maiden here. We have 5 of Pentacles. These people are in the dark. 10 of Swords in the dark. The Devil in the dark. The Star with all of the, the stars indicating nighttime period. Look, I get the sense here that you're a little lost, and there's probably most of you that are listening to this right now, and I'm telling you this is going to be such an amazing month and you're going to make all of this progress and you're like, what are you talking about? That's not even possible. Now, for some of you, it's varying in levels of darkness, but for some of you, you're really stepping out a period of maybe being depressed or isolated in some way, feeling unsupported, feeling outcasted in certain scenarios. Maybe dealing with a sense of loss or regret. And so for me to tell you that by the end of the month, you're going to really be stepping into a whole new potential, you're probably feeling overwhelmed. And there could be what you're going through right now, the feeling of a loss of hope, but this is my promise to you that it is simply temporary. Because you are coming out as a Queen of Pentacles. And that is the most beautiful, grounded energy, an energy of confidence and power. And I think this has a lot to do with what happens when you have Pluto retrograde in your second house. We're going to have a lot of activations with Pluto this month, which is going to kind of force you to step into your power. And by stepping into power, I mean it's making those really good decisions towards the bigger picture stuff. Look, there's going to be a shift in priorities this month. What seems like a big deal during Leo season is not going to be a big deal during Virgo season, right? Leo season was probably not as grounded. Virgo season is going to hit and you're going to be like, all right, what do I have to do? What do I have to do to make my life better? What do I have to do to make my relationships better? I know that I require change, the wheel. And I know that that only can begin with a practical plan and how to apply it. And so we have here the Temperance card, which always indicates to me of divine timing. Again, divine timing, divine timing. You are not in control here, also indicated by all of this moon and this darkness, especially with this Two of Swords. You know you're not in control. And the whole beginning of the month, the beginning of Virgo season is going to ask you why. And this is a really important time for you to look at your life and be like, well, I keep settling for less than I deserve. Jobs, relationships, school. I don't want to put in the hard work. Because this Two of Swords is kind of about the fear. It's about avoiding the truth, to be honest. And a lot of times we don't want to see the truth, most likely in ourselves. Star card. So the bottom line for you, and this is going to become really, really apparent as all of this energy, especially Venus going through Libra, your 11th house. Look, you're going to feel like everything is impossible until you feel like it's not. And that's simply a decision on your part. And I want to ask you right away, like, I know this is super grounded energy, but then we have the star here, and this is about dreams coming true. This is about making wishes. Okay? Like when you were a child and you looked up at stars and you made a crazy wish, and there wasn't that part of you that said, oh, well, that's just something you say. Those things don't really happen. Like I could wish for a pony for my birthday, and most likely I'm not going to receive that pony for your birthday. And there's like this super change in you, because this is where you're stuck. See, I don't know if something happened in the past. This could be deeply rooted, childhood wounds. God knows the kind of wounds that we've picked up with, going through our childhood year and puberty and, like whatever nightmares that we go through as an adolescent, and we move through life, and like the first hurts that we have from a parent and then a loved one and a friend. And there's something here about the pain that created, the wound that created your inability to truly connect. Because the Two of Swords wants to play it safe. I don't want to make any decisions because there's no actual proof of anything that's happening here, right? That's always my Two of Swords energy. Most of the time, especially when we've got this Temperance card right next to it, there's something in us that knows. There's an inner knowing. And I don't think that like facts or data really even matters at this point. See, because there's something in you that feels like this Five of Pentacles is and will always be the overall outcome. And when we operate from this place, King of Swords in reverse, it's very hard for us to see the bigger picture. See, the thing about the King of Swords, because he's not quite as rooted and practical as the Queen of Pentacles, is that he is able to look at things probably, right side up from a more spiritual and open perspective. And when we look at life from that place, we could even see purpose in the pain. Purpose in the rejections, purpose in the isolation and the quiet, and even at times when we feel very, very unsupported, there's a purpose to that. And suddenly it's not like people or things or situations are out to get you, or the universe is out to get you. It's just for you to see, to really reassess those situations. And be honest with yourself, because most likely there was some sort of red flags or whatever else it may be that you have always and will always ignore, right? Like you get that gut feeling, like this relationship probably isn't going to work out. This isn't going to go, you get that gut feeling and then you create it. Now we have North Node, Life's Purpose, card number 41, breaking down to a 5. Then we have a card number 41 over here, breaking down to a 5. 5 is the number of change. It's the number of the year we're in. And the thing about change is it doesn't often happen when we're comfortable, right? Like how often do we think of ourselves, God, I love our job, I love where I live, I love my home, I love my spouse. I just want to change it all. Like, why would you? You change when change is required. You change when the universe makes you uncomfortable. And there's magic behind that. Now we have the King of Swords in reverse, which I think is where you are in the beginning of the month, meaning you don't see the big picture. And Virgo season can do that for you. It could have you really hone in on the details. And if you don't do it in a positive way, you could spiral out of control quickly. I know that because I'm a Virgo with a Virgo stellium. I know that I can make a mountain out of a molehill just with my mindset alone. I could see small imperfections and flaws and everything until they make me crazy. And therefore I lose sight of the bigger picture. And what is the bigger picture? It is gratitude for where we are in our lives at all times. That is the bigger picture. And that has everything to do with the star card. Now, like I said, North Node, life's purpose, the creator, and new beginnings. The quicker you heal from this mentality, the faster this can come in. And you're truly your only block here. Because the universe is like, can you just understand that you're creating these scenarios yourself? And there's probably some pretty frustrating things. Like we've got the 8 of Wands in reverse, which indicates a delay. Now, this could be a delay in communications in some way. You're waiting on somebody or to hear about something, waiting for a contract to go through, a loan, whatever it is. Right? 10th house is all about you, your identity, who you're becoming in this world, your life's purpose, your legacy, like big stuff. This is your career. This can also indicate, I see a lot of times the 10th house gets hit when people actually get married, change their names. You're changing the title of who you are. Are you a wife or a husband? Are you a mother or a father? Are you a CEO or an artist? What are you? And the things that you are waiting on can't come in because you are not King of Swords in reverse in your authentic self. Meaning you don't believe. You've gotten so used to this scenario here. And the feeling like you're not enough or you don't have enough. Look at right underneath the stars, the 4 of Pentacles, the not enough card. And this is what happens when we operate from a place of fear of having nothing or no one. This is what happens when we stay in relationships because we don't want to be alone. So we hold on to things that are not even worthy of us. And that's not healthy. And the star card is all about dreams coming true and your authenticity. This is an indication to me that this is a month to figure out what you want next. Because you have to find something to believe in, Sag. Really and truly, you have to find something that will bring you some form of security, which means you have to get yourself out of insecure situations. 10 of Swords, 5 of Pentacles. If you are in relationships where trust is an issue, that's all you need to know. You don't need the proof. You just need to know that you deserve more, and therefore the universe gives you more. Because this is coming unstuck from this mentality. God, this is like somebody that believes that, you know, I can only make this much money, and this is all like this is kind of like my glass ceiling card. And therefore you start to lose hope and you start to lose focus and you just begin to operate from this place. There could be a little bit of a victim mentality that we carry here, right? Because in this energy, we don't feel like any of this is our fault. When quite honestly, your fault or not, you participated in it because you were the creator. And I see this as 2 different things: negative thoughts or feelings of lack and avoiding seeing the red flags and trusting your intuition. And that's pretty common if you find yourself in shitty jobs or shitty relationships over and over again, relying on people you can't rely on, trusting people you can't trust. And the star card right here in the middle indicates that this is a month where you heal all of that insecurity. Look, the star card, let's not forget, it's Aquarius energy, Saturn, Jupiter, and Aquarius opposing Leo. Leo is the unconditional love, but Aquarius is not. Because Aquarius fights for what he believes in, and it fights for his worth. And this is radical self-acceptance of who you are and where you're at right now and what you actually deserve. Now, look, Temperance, the star card, and the Devil in reverse. Some of you have to walk away from relationships, okay? There could be obsession, jealousy involved here, and this is the stuff that, you know, if you are dating somebody who doesn't make you feel safe and secure, why would you stay in that energy? Is that the life that you truly want to choose for yourself? And if somebody were to tell you that it's like pulling off a Band-Aid, if you just get out of this situation and you do it differently and you feel it through differently next time, it will therefore be different. The Wheel of Fortune, the universe doesn't want you here anymore. He doesn't want you in this the best energy that you can carry for anybody is this energy of positivity and love and the believing that there are possibilities in everything. And being grateful for your life exactly how it is at that given moment. Like the universe is showing you that you are the creator, Justice card, the creator, and the Four of Pentacles. If you are lacking in your life in any way, be it love, finances, oftentimes it's both, opportunities, friendships, whatever it is you feel a lack in, it's because you believe in that lack. And this is the opportunity this month to clean it up. North Node, life's purpose. The universe is getting you. Look, the star card is about being seen and the seeing. This North Node, and then we have I seek enlightenment. I am calmly above it all. The tangible and intangible meet within me. Guys, I'm going to read that again. I seek enlightenment. I am calmly above it all. The tangible and intangible meet within me. The tangible and intangible are a choice. Two of Swords. Meaning you make these choices. You commit to people you know that deserve better, then you've created that scenario over and over. But if you see yourself for the gift that you are, and you demand more, if you start breaking these cycles, and the universe will bring you the justice for that as well. It's all about making the healthy, right decisions and looking at the bigger picture. New beginnings. Yeah, guys, this is how you keep yourself stuck. This is how you keep yourself stuck. And to be honest with you, King of Swords in reverse, not seeing the big picture and staying stuck, Eight of Swords. There's definitely an element of you staying stuck. And this is small stuff. And you could stay stuck in the small stuff. You could stay stuck in relationships where all you get is just a little bit. You know, Page of Cups it's not going to make a commitment. It might offer you love. It might be sweet. It might make you feel good for a minute or a couple days or a little while, but it never really gets any further than the Page of Cups. Meaning it never really gets any further than like an idea. There's nothing concrete about a Page of Cups. And you stay stuck in an energy of that being okay when what you are truly capable of is a Ten of Pentacles. This is really and truly the only thing acceptable to a Queen of Pentacles energy. She's not going to entertain a Page of Cups. Why would she? I mean, unless this represents a child, it's absolutely unacceptable. You being worthy of so much. Same with a job. You being worthy and capable, and yet you're accepting a job that pays you way less than what you are worth. You have to be the one who decides to walk away from that. Because you simply know and you believe that this is possible. And I'm looking at this moon card, and I'm so, like, this is such a beautiful card to me because there's like an emergence. Look at, she's breaking the surface. Breaking the surface, meaning she's at the top. You're at the top over here. This is 10th house stuff. These are the big decisions you need to make this month to step into your real potential. Break the surface, breaking that glass ceiling I talked about, because you know that you are capable and deserving of more. Powerful, really powerful reading, Sag. I love this for you. Okay, I'm going to leave it there, guys. Please remember to like, share, and subscribe if you like that content. I really appreciate it. I'm so grateful that I get to do this for you. I do hope that you guys have a beautiful September, and I will be talking to you soon. Take care, guys. Bye.